Guys, welcome back to another
What's up? How's it going?
We do lots of stuff on this channel. We're actually trying some new things. We're gonna try some reaction videos and reacting to sports stuff.
That's right.
Today, we got ourselves a basketball reaction.
That's right.
By the channel Rebound Central or Rebound. We have the story of Delonte West. I'm kind of excited to get into this.
All right, me too. Let's roll it. Roll it.
You go from hitting game-winning shots next to LeBron James, making over $16 million to a homeless man on the side of the street.
Oh, wow.
This is Delonte West's story.
Story of Delonte.
Delonte had one of the toughest childhoods in the NBA. He grew up in poverty, parents divorced, kids would constantly bully him for having red hair, making him feel like an outcast. For years, he struggled to fit in. The only thing Delonte had was basketball. That's what gave him his ego, his identity. And as a kid, it was the only thing that made him happy. But when Delonte turned 12, he suffered his first devastating injury and left him sidelined for months.
Oh, wow.
This was the first time he wasn't able to drown out his thoughts with basketball, and he spiraled into a deep depression. His mom saw he was struggling and decided it'd be best for him to live with his dad for a bit, but this only made things worse. His dad couldn't care less about what he was going through, and his new school was full of kids that were bad influences, opening the door for him to start experimenting with prescription drugs and alcohol.
I mean, like,
it wouldn't be until his leg injury healed that Delonte could feel somewhat normal again, back to distracting his mind with basketball. And by the time he got to high school, he ended up turning into a star athlete, averaging over 20 points a game. It was obvious this kid had all the talent to make it.
In high school, that's
very good.
During his junior year, Delonte and Jameer Nelson, a future NBA player as well, were known as the best backcourt in basketball, and they torched through the regular season. Delonte was averaging 19 points a game, and the two stars led the St. Joseph Hawks to a 30-2 record.
That's good.
This officially put Delonte West's name on the map. With the 24th pick in the 2004 draft, it became official. The Boston Celtics selected Delonte West to accomplish his childhood dream. But as quick as things went up for Delonte, they began crumbling down.
Oh, no.
Injuries derailed his first few years in the NBA, and it wouldn't be until a trade in 2008 that the world would really get to know him, for good and bad. Delonte was traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers, giving him the opportunity of a lifetime, playing with LeBron James as the Cavs starting point guard. This was the moment he was waiting for, but his years with the Cavs would also be filled with controversy. It started with him lashing out at teammates during the preseason, which made the Cavs force Delonte to take a break and talk with a doctor. He ended up being diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
Oh, wow, that explains
would have extreme emotional highs and lows. So he started taking medication, talking to professionals, and learning to live with this. But that was just the beginning of his troubles. Behind the scenes, Delonte had a secret life that no one knew about. In September 2009, he was arrested while riding through D.C. on his motorcycle. He was pulled over and had 3 different guns on him.
Oh,
with
wow.
that, Delonte's name was in headlines everywhere. People started questioning what was going on in his life. He ended up getting a slap on the wrist, sentenced to 8 months of house arrest, 2 months of probation, and 40 hours of community service. Then the following season, Delonte was involved in a controversy that not only left a stain on his legacy,
house
but
arrest doesn't
also
seem that bad, but then we think about it.
The Cavs went into the 2009-2010 playoffs with the best record in the NBA. And LeBron was on a mission to get his first ring. But after going up 2-1 in the semifinals against the Celtics, the Cavs lost 3 straight games.
Oh, wow.
And were knocked out. LeBron went from an MVP player to disengaged. And sports shows immediately jumped on the story of LeBron's meltdown, trying to figure out what happened. And they uncovered something no one saw coming. Delonte West was sleeping with LeBron's mom.
Oh, wow, I remember that.
I don't remember
that, yeah.
Delonte was hooking up with his mom during the Boston playoff series.
I don't remember this at all.
They threw him off his game. And just like that, the 2 players became the biggest sports topic in the world. Then, to make matters worse, the Cavs decided to trade Delonte away to the Timberwolves, and they waived him immediately. He then went on to sign a one-year deal for the 2010-2011 season with the Celtics, but he had the worst year of his career, so they dropped him faster than they got him. It seemed like everything was falling apart, but luckily, one more team was willing to give him a chance: the Dallas Mavericks. They saw some value in the years of experience he had playing alongside LeBron James. So, the Mavs signed Delonte to a one-year deal for the 2011-2012 season. But this season was one of the most controversial in NBA history. And it put Delonte in a position he hadn't been in since his middle school days. The NBA officially went into a lockout during the 2011 offseason due to players and owners not being able to reach an agreement with the players' union. This meant no teams could sign or trade players, players weren't allowed to use team facilities, and no one was being paid. For the first time in Delonte's career, he wasn't getting a consistent paycheck, and it turned out he hadn't been handling his money well at all. Delonte and his family had $1 million 8-bedroom mansion in D.C., and he could barely afford that when he was getting paid. During the lockout, a water heater broke, and the family had to heat water up on a stovetop just to take a bath. The situation got so bad that Delonte, while being an NBA player, had to go get a job at Home Depot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this guy literally worked at Home Depot during the lockout.
Wouldn't you have like some money
he was disgusted with himself.
Some people don't.
He wanted to get rid of
I'd have like
that made him feel like a failure. So Delonte started selling every single piece of memorabilia he had. It got so bad that when Delonte couldn't find a buyer, he would just throw the memorabilia away, just trying to erase all the pain he was going through. This lockout was one of the most difficult times in Delonte's life, but luckily, it was short-lived. And by January 2012, the NBA was back in session, and Delonte still had an opportunity with the Mavericks. After hitting rock bottom, Delonte was given one last chance to turn things around. The only question now was, can Delonte actually bounce back? Even with everything going on personally, Delonte proved he could still be a solid role player in the NBA, bringing his numbers back up to nearly 10 points a game throughout the 2011-2012 season. But Delonte was still struggling personally. His criminal record kept him from getting a place in Dallas, so he was forced to sleep in his car and even the Dallas locker room. Luckily, he was working for a guy who seems to genuinely care about his people.
He does. He's a nice guy.
As soon as Mark heard about Delonte's situation, he went and got him a place approved. Delonte he had a great setup here in Dallas, but still, he couldn't stay out of his own way. Going into the 2012-2013 season, Delonte signed another one-year contract with the Mavs, and he was playing hard during the preseason games, a little too hard. He started snapping at not just officials, but his teammates, and this all hit a boiling point on October 15th. After a preseason loss, Delonte went ballistic on his teammates in the locker room, and the Mavs had enough, so they suspended Delonte for conduct detrimental to the team as a warning shot. But just 10 days later, Delonte blew up on his teammates again after another preseason loss.
This was like
so the Mavs hit Delonte with another suspension. Just a few days later, he was waived from the team, officially marking the end of his NBA career. At the time, Delonte was renting an apartment with a balcony that overlooked the Mavericks arena. Delonte sat up on that balcony for days, watching fans pile into the arena, crying his eyes out, thinking about what could have been. But he had to move on. For a couple of years, he played for teams out in China and Venezuela, but never found stability. In 2015, Delonte made his way back to the U.S., playing for the Texas Legends in the G League. But it wasn't long before he suffered a season-ending injury in April of 2015. This marked the end of Delonte's basketball days and opened the door for the darkest chapter of his life yet. Delonte West completely disappeared. No one was talking about him. No one had any idea what he was up to until these pictures went viral in 2016. A fan ran into Delonte at a gas station and recognized him, so he wanted a picture, but what he got was a weird experience. The fan posted these pictures with the caption, "Bro had a hospital robe on like he escaped from the psych ward or something." I asked what happened, and he said life. Damn. It's clear just looking at these pictures that he wasn't on planet Earth. Nowhere close. I wouldn't call him homeless here though. It looked like he was going through a lot, and it was taking a toll on him for sure, but homeless, not yet. After these pictures went viral, we wouldn't hear the name Delonte West for years. No one knows what he was doing. All we know is that the next time we saw him, he was in a graphic viral video being attacked in the middle of a highway. This started going viral in early 2020, and there is a part 2 of the aftermath, showing Delonte West shirtless, handcuffed, and in a rage.
Oh yeah, he could go. Probably in Dallas.
I'm what President Trump. I'm the real president. I'm not the leader. All the gang.
At this point, it was more than clear. Delonte West needs help immediately. And as these videos went viral, Delonte's former college teammate Jameer Nelson posted this message online, begging for Delonte to get help and spreading awareness on how serious mental health really is. But nothing really came of this, and it wasn't long until he once again disappeared for months. The next time we saw Delonte was September 2020, and it was clear that he was at rock bottom. What does a homeless NBA player look like? Well, a heartbreaking picture started going viral, showing Delonte on the streets of Dallas with a cardboard sign, begging for money. This time, when Delonte went viral, things felt different. This picture took the internet by storm, and the NBA world started rallying together to try to get Delonte some help. Anyone and everyone that ever met Delonte was posting online, begging for someone to get him help or offering it. Even LeBron wanted to fly Delonte out to LA and offered to spend whatever money it took to get him back on his feet. But no one could find him. Every minute was important. It felt like it was a matter of time before things hit a point of no return. Thankfully, there was one more person trying to hunt Delonte down. Mark Cuban.
I remember
Mark saw these pictures and videos go viral throughout 2020 as well. And as soon as he saw Delonte was in Dallas, he started making every call he could to try and find him. A few days went by, and Mark was able to get a hold of Delonte. They agreed to meet at a gas station in Dallas where Mark picked him up. Not long after, Mark confirmed with reporters that he did pick him up, saying, "I can just confirm that I found him and helped him. The rest is up to Delonte and his family to tell." And we didn't hear anything about Delonte for another month or so. Then, out of nowhere, Mark shared a couple of pictures and an update, saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Delonte West. A long way to go, but he's taken the first steps and shared these with all of us as a thank you for the love and support." For the first time in years, Delonte looks alive and happy. And now it's being reported that Delonte has a job working for the same rehab center that he attended. From NBA player to homeless, this might be Delonte's last opportunity to save himself. Mental illness is hell. It's an internal battle that you have to live with forever. So if there's anything you take away from Delonte's story or this video, it's that it's okay to ask for help. In fact, Delonte getting in that car with Mark Cuban and accepting the help he needs, that's the strongest thing he's ever done.
Oh, he has a kid.
That's good, man. That's very sad.
Thank you guys for watching today's video.
Yeah. So what did you learn about this video?
I mean, if you need help, please. If you need help, make sure to ask for it because you never know. And be grateful for what you have before it's gone.
Exactly. I think
because you got to remember, you got to be grateful. We're grateful that we have a roof over our head, that we have food to eat. Some people out there don't have that, so we just got to be grateful and. Hopefully we can try to help out as much as we can.
Yeah, and also, as a story I got that, sometimes you can be at the top of the mountain, and the next day,
$millions.
$1 million. The next day you could be homeless. And many a times in the sports industry, even professional industry, it don't have to be sports. People make all this money. And they live above their means. They spend so much money, they never save anything. And by the time even this lockdown happened, he didn't have any money, because he bought a mansion they couldn't afford. The water heater broke, and then he had to go to Home Depot to get a job.
That's what I didn't understand. If I was an NBA player getting paid $16 million, I'd probably buy a mediocre house that I could afford. Maybe I'd put $10 million towards the house and paying it off, and I'd set aside maybe $5 or $6 million just aside in case of emergencies.
Yeah, but some of them don't do it. So hopefully that more superstars will just learn how to save. You put something aside, you know, and luckily that this guy, you know, that he has a second chance. You know, he went from being a super NBA star to a homeless guy. Now he's working back at the rehab center where we attended. So that's a blessing and stuff. That even though if you're down your luck, you know, if you're down your luck, if you feel like there's no hope at all, just hang in there. You just hang in there. Just like this guy, you know, he hung in there. He, you know, then all of a sudden somebody helped him out, and now he's back on his feet.
Preach, Dad. Preach.
Amen. God gives people second chances. Okay.
All right. Anyway, thank you guys for watching today's video. Make sure to leave a like on the video and hit the subscribe button. And then when you do that, please comment I subscribed. Did you guys know that 81% of you guys that watch our videos aren't subscribed? So it'd be nice to subscribe and try to bring that number down.
Subscribe. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, we will talk to you guys in the next video. Have a nice day.
All right. Comment below if you like it.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Also, and I'm sorry, but if you have any other videos that you want us to react to, it can be any sport, let us know. We may even start reacting to, like, rocket highlights or something.
Right. But, yeah.
Anyway, all right. Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
1, 2, 3, let's go. Rolls Royce truck, but my winners ain't tenant. Trap house jumping like a winner's or a dentist. You ain't stopping at the